go. Hey Tim, this is your first drive in a Lancia Delta Integrale, built from. Well, this is the first one. It's a 8-valve, and then they went to the Evo 1, the Evo 2, the 16-valve, and then the Evo 1 and Evo 2. So this is the first one, and it's a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that you know, they said kept up with Ferraris back in the day. It's a beast, honestly. My door is open, and it tells me. See, there's no warning lights ever, but if you just put the handbrake up a little bit or open a door, you know, if you have warning lights on in this car, there's something going on, but it's probably just like a door open. It's kind of very interesting. It's Italian. It's temperamental. You turn the steering wheel, the horn honks sometimes. You know, there's just it's just things. You know,
it's got character.
It's got a lot of character, but it's a purebred rally car. Homologation. When you hear Almagato or, you know, GTO, the O is for Almagato. Gran Turismo Almagato, that's homologation. That means they have to build a certain number of cars to go racing, and that's what this car is. They build a certain number of these so they can go racing. And word is they even lied about it with the earlier Stratos and things like that. So Lancia has a rally car racing history. In the 70s, they dominated with the Stratos, and later in the 80s, they dominated with these. 70s also had the Fulvia, but these won World Rally, the whole thing, from 87 to 92, and the last year they didn't even enter a car, but they still won the whole World Rally. So that's incredible because a privateer entered, and they still won the whole thing. So this is the real deal. You know, you can't get these in America unless they've been imported, which they are now getting imported. A lot of them come from Japan, and a lot of them come from Eastern Europe. That's where this one came from. It came from Poland, I understand. And it's pretty high miles. It's got 197, almost 198 kilometers. So it's about 125,000 miles. And it's incredible. You can see the full story of Drivin Ivan. I am Drivin Ivan. Just Google Drivin Ivan, search on YouTube for Drivin Ivan Lancia or any other car. I have quite a car collection, so you can check those out. But it's just a Econo hot hatch, basically. But when the turbo boost comes on, which I'll show you right here, it's pretty fast.
Yeah.
Accelerator stuck. There you go. So, you know, it's Italian. Things happen. You just have to react. You know? But the grip is incredible. It's all-wheel drive, turbo, and man, it's an incredible car. It really is. It's great to own. You never see another one at a car show. Yeah. One time I was at a car show with I think there's 4 of us that own these in the area, and we were at an Italian car show, and we're all hanging out together, and a 5th one came up. We were like, oh my God, there's 5 in the area that we know about, basically 5 in this general DC area. And so they were all together at one show. It's pretty cool. A blue one drove up out of nowhere, and it was amazing to see. I think he got it on Bring a Trailer or something, but wow, they're really fun cars, and just amazing. Brakes are good. You know, it's just a docile car. You can place it anywhere. You can place it. You know, you can steer it. You can throttle steer it on the edge. It's amazing. Depending on how you do, of course, you know, rally racing. Yeah. But you know, depending on how you have the air pressure, even you can tend to have it understeer or oversteer. It's a pretty neutral car though, very predictable, and the grip is astounding for 1988. It's you know, nothing else was like this because all-wheel drive wasn't really, you know, such a thing. Everything's all-wheel drive now. That's super fast because you got to be able to get the power down, and turbo, you know, I'm only revving it to like 5,000, 55, 6. It goes up to 7,000 or so. And the turbo is all, you know, it's all up here. This is where, you know, and it, you know, right there. The throttle's sticking a little, but I just had the turbo tweaked a little bit. I had a very loud aftermarket one in there, which is kind of cool, but this one's back to stock. So,
Yeah.
But it needs a little grease in there. But it's really cool to own a car that nobody else has.
Yeah.
You know, I like cars like that. I like to own cars that are kind of weird. I have the pink Citroen CX wagon.
That's cool.
The Barbie Dream Wagon, I call it. Just got invited to the French embassy with that. You know, I have air-cooled Porsche that I bought years ago. Check that out on YouTube. I bought the cheapest Porsche 911. I paid $6,000 for it when I bought it. So it was a 1982 911 SC Targa. I have a 996 911 Carrera 4, also all-wheel drive. That's like a grown-up, polished version of this. So grippy, so fast. And you know, I think Porsches are the best overall cars. I mean, Lancias, you're not buying this for the reliability. You're not buying it because you know, you're going to drive it as a daily driver. It's a rare car. It's a special car to own, and drive it, you know, and show it on occasion. It's so fun. Every time you don't drive it, you miss it. It's like an old air-cooled Porsche 911. Sorry for my Waze instructions.
It's all good.
But look, that guy's taking a picture. So, you know, people, it's a car. Here's what I say about this car. It's a car that is invisible. It's like Volkswagen GTI. You know, people are like, oh, look at that hatchback. You know?
Yeah.
But people that know what this car is, run to see it.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool about it, I think. So there you go. Tim, what do you think, man?
Lovely car. It is just
go.
as cool as I thought it would be. So I got one last question.
Yeah.
So, daily driver potential.
For this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you daily drive this car because parts have to come from Italy.
Right.
I think if you look closely at this on the outside, you'll see that the door doesn't match perfectly to paint. This car was way out the country when I got it, and apparently it had come in contact with a deer at one point, and the guy had to get a door, the last owner had to get a door shipped all the way from Italy. Imagine how much that was.
Yeah, that must
Imagine
have
how
been.
much it would be right now with international trade and everything the way it is. Wow. You know, so, you know, I don't shy away from driving the car. If I want to drive it, I drive it. And if something breaks, you fix it. And you can get anything for this car. I just got a bunch of stuff for the car. I resealed the heads and things like that, the valve cover gaskets, and did some stuff to the turbo. The doorknob, you know, came, you know, the handle just clicked off at the last car show. You know, just crazy stuff. And you can get anything for the car, but it takes a while.
Yeah.
So, you know, Porsches make good daily drivers.
Got it.
Porsches are designed to drive to the track, drive on the track, and drive home. That's why I have 5 Porsches. 928 Boxster, 2 911s, and a crazy Superbird 914 that I just bought that I'll do a full review on, seeing some weird car. Just search for what does Drivin Ivan drive, or any car in Drivin Ivan, and there you go, Tim. So this is your first video, right?
It's my first video.
There you go, man. This is it. You just find a cool car and shoot it and see what the owner thinks, because that's, you know, people want to know what it's like to own these cars. And you know when these cars go wrong, you know, when a deer hits your door and you have to get a door shipped from Italy, it's terrible to own a car like this. But you forget it all when you drive it, and the turbo kicks in and it whooshes you back in the seat, and it just feels like a timepiece. You know, this again, the journalists of the day, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche, didn't matter. This car was the fastest point-to-point car, especially if it's raining or snowing or you know, muddy. It's a rally car, and you'll never see another one on the road.